Hello YouTube, it's Ram from Ramen Noodles TCG, and today I have a very exciting match for you. So, this is the Week 3 match between my team, the Sand Gang, and Ring of Destruction. Now, Ring of Destruction is generally considered to be one of, if not the best team in the league, and we gave them quite a good match, so let's jump right into it. So, we have Mitch versus Rognak. Rognak is playing Plant Frog, and Mitch is just playing a pretty standard Frog Monarch list, but with Junk Synchron. So, yeah, a pretty, fine hand for both players, I suppose. Yeah, just it was interesting of Rognak not to set the Dandelion. If I were him, I probably would have set the Dandelion, but just out of an abundance of caution, I guess it makes sense not to do something like this. But yeah, going for a Swap Frog here. Setting the Unifrog is interesting. I think he wants to discard the Dandelion for something like a Karma Cut, perhaps. Goes for the Mirror Force on the Swap Frog. There's not really great value to get out of a Mirror Force, especially in a matchup like this, like the Frog Mirror. Man, Frog Mirrors take quite a long time. I'm going to try not to over-explain things. But yeah, going for a Junk Synchron here, Econ Switch. Bounce the Junk Synchron, recycling the Junk Synchron, Substitute here. Sub play. Taking the sub is interesting. Just setting the Karma Cut and passing. Heavy Storm on the Karma Cut. Taking the Substitute to dodge. Subbing, using the opponent's sub to get get a swap, and then going for DDS. DDS break the board. I don't think he attacked. This is probably to play around Gores, just because Rognak was playing a bit close to the chest at the beginning of the game. Potentially. But he has the Raigeki break, so I feel like playing around Gores is probably fine. Like, you don't need to play around Gores. Also, some Frog lists don't run Gores. Just because, it's Frogs, you'd rather have Battle Fader. But yeah. Going for Lad here. Lad is pretty good in this match. Oh, wait. Okay, so I think this is definitely a misplay here. Mitch can go for MST, force the Lad to negate, and then he can chain Raigeki break to pop the Lad. Yeah, this is definitely a much better play that could be made. Or wait, I guess he gets the Treeborn Frog. No. He gets the Treeborn Frog anyway. Yeah, Treeborn Frog forces out the Lad. I forgot he's playing Frog, so he doesn't have any problems with that. Never mind. Okay, yeah. So Junk Synchron here. Punch to go for the Lad. Going for Dandy, bounce the Junk Synchron. Frog Monarch. That's how this matchup goes. It's really long. Going for Junk Synchron once again. Going for Goyo here, punching over the Ryza. Getting to take the Ryza. Going Wind Blast, going for Titanio. Titanio contests the Goyo Guardian, which is quite good. Yep, just making some plays. Flipping the Wind Blast on the Treeborn Frog. Junk Synchron. Yeah. Yeah, just like bringing back the Junk Synchron and then going for Swap Frog and then going for Ryza. Ryza is quite good to have here. I think Ryza is probably one of the most important cards in this matchup because when you're playing Frogs, you're thinning the deck, so you want to be drawing like Monarchs and stuff off the top, but when your opponent stacks the Frogs, it makes things a lot worse. So just going for Unifrog here, Dupe Frog. Unifrog trying to pop the back row. Raigeki break. Trying to pop your opponent's back row in this matchup is kind of against Frog. Like, trying to pop Frog back row is usually not pretty great just because, it's almost all chainables. The Junk Warrior getting in for big damage for lethal was quite nice here. So, yeah. Soul Exchange from both players. Cyber Valley is also an interesting choice here from Rognak. Yeah, seems like an alright hand for both players. Yeah, so just the Swap Frog, getting Treeborn in rotation. And going through the whole substitute line. Going for Swap Frog for damage. And then presumably setting up the dupe block. Yep, setting up 2 dupe frogs, and then not setting the Wind Blast is interesting. I mean, it's frogs, so, like, realistically, what is the frog opponent going to set up here? Like, you want to Wind Blast something random, like maybe a Treeborn Frog to get advantage, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation, so I get why he didn't do that. Yeah, setting the deck of all the substitutes. I don't know. I don't know if I like getting rid of all the substitutes, or I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the resource management of frogs, but going for dupe. This is really stupid, by the way. The substitute frog battle protection applies to both players, so in the frog mirror, you can dupe crash into your opponent's substitute and the thing doesn't die. Holy crap, he could make a D3S frog. If he had polymerization, that would be crazy. Absolutely insane. So giving back the dupe frog. You know, going for Ryza stack. Dupe frog effect and like swap frog. Yeah, man, this frog mirror is putting me to sleep. I'm sorry, Mitch. I don't think I could. I don't think I could stay awake for the whole frog mirror. Yeah, it's a frog mirror, right? So, bouncing the Caius, going for dupe frog. Yeah, so junk synchron, bouncing. Yeah, dupe bounce, or swap bounce itself, summon itself back, get the beats in. Bouncing junk synchron. Caius over Treeborn Frog. That's quite a good hit. Yeah, I think he should have sent a second Treeborn with the Swap Frog instead of going for the substitute, but I'm sorry. So yeah, that was kind of a rough spot for Mitch here. Not great, yeah, because he can bounce the Caius back, going for Soul Exchange here on the Caius during Vanity's Emptiness. Crow on the on the Treeborn. So, okay, so in these kinds of scenarios, in the current format, what you would do is you'd crow the Dandy so it doesn't trigger. But in Edison, the Dandelion would trigger because it still touched the graveyard. So you crow the Treeborn Frog here. Yeah. So yeah, just doing some junk synchron things. Froggers. Soul Exchange for Vanity's Emptiness. Or Vanity's Fiend, excuse me. Treeborn, junk synchron. He's got Econ. Quite a long game one. Yep, just going for some stuff. It's really hard to commentate a frog mirror, I'm going to be honest. I hope everyone's doing well. Mitch is just walling up with negated dupe frogs, as you do. Just punching with junk synchron. Maybe he could be getting a little more aggressive here. But I mean, I don't think he's at fault here, but you know. Frog back row is almost always chainable, so may as well like play into them. You're not gonna get like torrential or something. Yeah, just making some plays, sniping the Caius out of hand. Econ going for Swap Frog. Swap Frog send the dupe frog. Adding back Unifrog is really funny. I liked that play. Going for Unifrog. Unifrog trying to snipe a back row. Sniping the Wind Blast. It doesn't really matter. He has to fire the Raigeki break here anyway. And then that's it. Wait, that was all 3 games? Wait, what? Oh, wait, that was 2-0. Yeah, that was 2-0. Yeah. Yeah, that was quite a win for Mitch, beating Rognak in a Frog Mirror. That was quite a well-played game from both sides. And yeah, let's move into the next replay. Sorry, my brain just kind of died when I saw a Frog Mirror. So now we have Tibsy versus NB96. Tibsy is on Diva Hero versus Christia Sworn. So setting a wait. The picture is not loading, but it's double Celestia, Raikou. So Tibsy, wait, just sets and passes. I guess maybe you can make Android here is a play, but because you have the Gores, I think you hold it. You hold the Gores, which is pretty. Or sorry, wait. Yeah, Tibsy's playing zombies this week. I forgot. Yeah, he's playing zombie. Yeah, he's playing zombies, not Diva Hero. So he doesn't have the he doesn't have the Diva in deck, or he doesn't have the Gilman. So yeah, going for the recharge, going for recharge again. Is Judgment Dragon live? Let me check. Not yet. Not yet. So far, for the fairy count, we have 2 engrave. And we have a live Herald of Orange Light. That could reach the necessary fairy count. Not quite, because... yeah, not quite. So bouncing the Raikou. It's a very good play here, getting the Gores online. And then that gets negated. So going for 2... Yeah, getting 2 more fairies engraved and then milling with Lila. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fairies. So NB96 can Beckoning Light, add back to Christia, and then try to Christia next turn. Going for Zombie Master, yep. Yeah, this is not a great situation to be in if you're Tibsy. This is pretty rough. He does have the Book of Life if he's able to survive and not lose to Christia. Yeah, so... 96 is going to recharge away the Raikou and draw some cards. Going to Lila, pop the Mirror Force, and then Beckoning Light, discard 4. Add back Christia, Celestia, Herald, and Herald. Yeah. Okay, so this is a really bad spot to be in if you're Tibsy. Yeah, he's dead. So, yeah, that was pretty bad. Average game against Christia Sword, So... setting just the 1 compulse, I like this play because if you're in Tibsy's position, your opponent's probably going to start with either a Lightsworn name or setting something like a Raikou or a Hamster. You can instant fusion and then tribute the Caius for an instant tribute the Caius over the fusion monster. It's a pretty strong starting play, but you want to save that, obviously, for when you have something to remove. So I think that playing conservatively there is probably pretty good. He has 2 compulse. There's an argument to compulse the wolf, but I don't think you need to. I don't know how I feel about not bouncing the wolf. I mean, he has other back row, which makes sense. I mean, I guess that's fine. Drawing Light Imprisoning Mirror is actually pretty good, so he's going to go for the Reaper. Reaper over the wolf. He's going to get T-Roared. And then the Light Mirror comes down. So yeah, this is pretty good. Getting some defense from the Light Mirror. Yeah, it's quite good in this matchup where your opponent's playing a bunch of light monsters. So yeah, getting to compulse the Celestia is quite good. Forcing NB96 to discard the Celestia as well. Putting him back in tempo. So recovering 4, he's going to grab back Honest, Christia, Celestia, and he's going to grab Herald, and Garoth. So let's check the fairy count. We are at 1. Just 1 fairy. Okay. Things are looking pretty good for Tibsy. He's in a commanding position going for Garoth. Mirror forcing, not letting the opponent drop Honest. It's pretty good. Setting Goblin Zombie. Oh, Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is quite good there. Unfortunately, not able to get something like a... not able to set up a Stardust in time. If he had like a tuner, he could have made Stardust to protect the Limp, but 'tis not the case. So he's going to punch into the Raikou. Let's check the fairy count. Fairy count check. Oh god, that's JD, Judgment Dragon coming down. Things are looking very bad for Tibsy. Yeah, I don't think it really... Yeah, then the Christia. Yeah, that was pretty rough. That was a pretty rough match. Next we have Frog versus Hydro Pump. Frog is playing, I believe it's the Hero Beach with Deep Sea Diva. and Hydro Pump is playing the Gladiator Beast. Yeah, he's on Glads. He's playing the version with Prisma and obviously the Test Tigers. So Hydro Pump's hand is a bit weird. He drew the Bestiary, which is a bit awkward. Because usually you want to be sending Bestiary off of Prisma. But since you set the Bestiary, if the opponent crashes into it, you can just like do the Prisma play, reveal Heraclinos, dumping the Laquari, that's the guy. Heraclinos, dump Laquari, and then Test Tiger for Darius, and then, make your Glad Beast play. So bottomlessing the Stratos, getting a search for Alias, dropping Future Fusion, revealing Absolute Zero, sending the Neos Alias and the other... sending a Neos Alias and the other Diva Frog attempting to normal summon a second time. Forgetting. Going no Prios. Yeah, so, exactly what I said. So he's going for Heraclinos, and then he gets to, he goes for Geyserus here, bottomless, the Geyserus, shrinking the Geyserus, extremely good, because now it is under the 1500 threshold for bottomless, so punching in with the Geyserus. So now he goes for Rediari and Darius, so now he brings back the, he brings back the Quarry and then goes for Heraclinos. This is a Spell Trap negate. Probably to negate something like a Miracle Fusion that is presumably in Frog's hand. But it does not end up working out that way. So Diva into Gilman, going for Catastor here. Quite a strong play against Glads. I don't think Glads have a Dark, actually. Glads might have a tough time outing Catastor, which I find quite good. So... yeah, going for Mirror Force, Gemini Spark, trying to get any value out of that Mirror Force. Obviously, the Catastor dies. Drawing another Gemini Spark is decent. An argument could have been made to E-Call there, but I think probably summoning Ocean is maybe a little better. I'm not sure. Actually, he's out of E-Heroes in the... he's running really close to out of E-Heroes in the deck. He has one Alias left. So he should probably E-Call immediately, just so that way he doesn't accidentally draw the Alias and then run out of targets for E-Call. That would be kind of bad. So he's going for Sam Knight into Darius, bringing back the Heraclinos. Let me see if this is... his effects negated. It leaves the field. Okay. So, obviously, the Spell Trap Negate is not live, but it is still there. Just getting in big damage. Okay, so Frog is going to grab the Alias. He has the Honest to contest the Hoplamus. Just quite good. Settings in back row. Quite a solid play. Test Tiger Torrential here is pretty good. Diva here. He does have the other Gilman. Going for Android. Punching in. I think, wait, hold on. I think Android is slightly more damage, but I'm not sure. 1700 plus 600. No, yeah, Android is slightly more damage. So drawing Proving Ground, this really doesn't do anything because a singular Glad is not enough. Attacking into the DD Warrior Lady. Getting rid of the Android. Trap's done. Proving Ground, he's going to prove for a quest. He has to play into a lot of back row, but he gets the Trap's done. Luckily for him. Bottomless Trap's done. Frog taking some damage here. Going for Bestiary, popping the Dimensional Prison. That's a really nice snipe. Compulse is pretty good as well as far as a draw goes. So he's going to Compulse the Bestiary. Summon back the Bestiary. Heavy Storm, okay. Okay, so Frog loses the game one. Yeah, drawing a pretty solid hand here. A pretty solid hand for both players, actually. Having Traps done plus Proving Ground and Bestiary. This makes for a very easy Geyserist play. It's quite nice. Miracle Fusion is a good draw. So just big chillin', setting some back row. He fears no Heavy Storm because, I mean, it's Glads, so you can reasonably expect him not to be on Heavy Storm because Glads play more back row than you do. So that makes sense. Setting a Hoplomous after searching it. Drawing Sidra, just stuff. Sniping the Trap Stun is actually kind of huge. Yeah, so going for Shreddos here. There's an argument to pop the back row here, but I think Stratos is pretty good. Just searching. Going for the Geyserist here. Even though he doesn't have the Trap Stun, Compulse deals with it very effectively. Dropping Sidra here. Setting some back row. Going for Diva and Android. Going to Compulse the Android. He's saving it for Miracle Fusion. So he let the thing die because he has another alias in hand. He wants to save the Honest for this alias. And he has Miracle Fusion, so he's going to Absolute Zero into this board and clean up the Sidra that way. Which makes a lot of sense. Going for Absolute Zero. Damage Step Shrink. It blows up the Sidra. Going for an alias. Bottomless on the alias. Drawing Widespread Ruin. Widespread Ruin? Who plays Widespread Ruin? Are Gladibeast players this down for back row? Oh my god. Down bad, excuse me, for back row. On God. I don't understand why Frog doesn't just normal the Honest and then start attacking. Like, I get that he doesn't want to reveal it, but you have to get damage in somehow against Glads. So you can just normal the Honest, attack, and then bounce it back. But, Bestiary, pop the back row, chain the back row on the Solemn Judgment. It's quite good. Deprison here. Again, I don't know why he doesn't attack with the Honest. That is shocking to me. Yeah, Murmello, just pop that Miracle Fusion. Just like that. Wait, hold on. Does the... Okay, so he had a hero and a water regardless, so the Crow would not be able to stop the Miracle Fusion from resolving. He's really struggling. Hydro Pump is really struggling to draw a card that would get him out of this situation. Can he out the Absolute Zero? Drawing Proving Ground, not going to be enough. Frog just getting in the beats. DD Warrior Lady's pretty good. I don't think it's going to be enough. Going for the Ab-Zero in. Losing the Ab-Zero is kind of awkward here. If I were Frog here, I would attack with the Alias first. It does play into Hoplomous, but you can just punch over that with Ab-Zero. But hindsight is 2020, so going for Proving Ground. I don't know exactly what... Yeah, so now he has the... the Future Fusion, he has no out to it, so we're just going to go to Game 3. Let me check the hands of both players. Darius, Proving Ground, Laquari. That's a lot of monsters. This is almost certainly too many monsters. Frog drawing another banger hand. Just some back row removal and protection for his own back row, along with Alias to pair with it. So quite a nice hand. And that Gemini Spark off the top is just incredible. So yeah, now he can chain the Gemini Spark, getting rid of the Laquari, getting a drop. Grand Mole is just, damn, that's a banger top deck. Yeah, that's incredible. So going to Bottomless that, going to Hero Blast, going to chain My Body as a Shield. That's a good draw. That's a good play. Just My Bodying the Darius to prevent him from getting the ad back, which is quite handy. Will it be enough? Let's see. So going to go for presumably Bestiary. Yeah, Bestiary, pop a back row. Sniping the Dust Tornado. Alias off the top is incredible. Sidra here contests the Alias. Setting the Compulse. Another Hero Blast. That's just an incredible draw. Setting the Hero Blast. Going for Proving Ground. He's going to Hero Blast the Sam Knight. Heavy Storm here. Wow. That's quite good. Yeah, Heavy Storm getting rid of Compulse. Grand Mole in. Does he have an out to Grand Mole? Yes, he does. So he's going to Grand Mole back, bounce the thing. Going to hit in for Sidra with Sidra. Getting Honest here. That's really good draw. Honesting over the Cyber Dragon. Getting rid of the Alias with DD Warrior Lady. Taking damage. Grand Mole gets a... Yeah, Grand Mole beats in. So that was pretty well played from Frog. Frog had just banger hands all the time. That was incredible. Well done, Frog. And Hydro Pump, you played this quite well as well. I don't think Glad Beast is a very good... Hero Beat has a pretty good Glad Beast matchup, from what it seems. So yeah, this was kind of tough for Hydro Pump, but he played it quite well. Let's go to the fourth game in the match. So right now we are up 2-1. Here's my match against ProStorm. Keep in mind I was a little sick during this, but I mean, not to make excuses, but this was a rough one for me. So yeah, my opponent normal summons a quest and sets up back row and passes, and I'm just like in shock. I did a little bit of looking up as far as like ProStorm's like matches and his topping lists and whatnot, and I've never seen him play Glads. So when he normal summoned a quest, I was very much taken aback. I did not expect this, so I was really thrown off my game here by the Glads. So the problem with this situation is I'm not sure how to proceed here. He only has one back row, which could mean a couple of things. It could mean that his hand is full of monsters. So he, retrospectively, I should know that he's probably going to have an aggressive type hand that is going to want to spit out Gyzaris as fast as possible. So I should be playing a bit more aggressively. I dropped the Heavy Storm on the bottomless. This might have been a bit early, especially because I don't end up making a aggressive play. So here in this situation, after Heavy Storming the bottomless, I should probably Pyramid Turtle Crash, get a Zombie Master, and then Zombie Master Punch over the Equest. I have to get aggressive here. I don't end up doing that. So my idea here was to... I have Call of the Haunted already, so I want to blank a Rediari that he summons, if he's going to like swing in, try to go for Rediari, banish my turtle, I can chain Call of the Haunted. That's like the idea here. But I needed to get more aggressive, yeah, because now I'm proving grounds for Bestiari, and now I'm in big trouble. So yeah, that was a rough one. I get kind of owned here. Yeah, that was a yikes. So I get 2 Mirror Force, but he has the My Body. Yeah, so he gets to use his body as a shield, and now I'm in trouble. So yeah, this game is basically over. Yeah, deprison for that. Yeah, I'm dead. Let's go to game 2. Yikes! Yikes! That was a rough one. This is not it, Chief. Yeah, judgment. The judgment's named. Then he goes for like Heraclinos or whatever. Yeah. Just game over. All right, let's take a look at game 2. This hand isn't great. Maybe I should have sided up the Spirit Reaper, but I'm not super sure. Yeah, I don't really know how to play this hand. Just setting the Torrential makes sense. Torrentialing on the Murmello, I mean, if I don't, he's just gonna like Murmello summon a thing and then pop the thing anyway, so I kind of have to let this go. So I'm just gonna like fire the Torrential here. I mean, I kind of had a feeling this was Dimensional Prison, but like, what else am I gonna do if I don't summon the Spirit Reaper? I could set the Spirit Reaper and then lose to normal summon Rediari. that goes under bottomless, but I don't really know how to play this hand. This is kind of a crappy hand from me. Rediari comes in. Again, it plays under the bottomless, so I can't do anything here. He goes a quest to add back. I get to bottomless the quest, but I'm still very much not in the driver's seat. So, okay, here, I can start making plays because I have instant fusion plus Caius, but obviously I'm afraid of some sort of back row. And like doing that on a back row, I want to get rid of his monsters. Especially because I have the Dust Tornado as back row removal. So Radiari, popping the Shrink. Bestiary popping the Shrink. So I go Instant Fusion here for Reaper on the Nightmare. I get Shrunk, which is really annoying. Yeah, that kind of sucked, but it's fine. I have the Mizuki, so I get the Mizuki Beats in. Mizuki Beats, let's go. Okay, so he has the Test Tiger play, which is kind of rough for me. Darius, yeah, getting rid of my Mizuki, that's pretty rough. That's not good. Yeah, setting the judgment. Oh dear God, the judgment has been set. Uh, yeah, I was like, yeah, I was guessing it was pole position, but it was just a solemn judgment, and now I'm very screwed. I'm very, very screwed. So I try to get rid of something. I try to get rid of the back row, because if it's like a mirror force, I'm dead. Going for Stardust. I go for Thought Ruler here. I want to gain back some life points. At this point, it could either be like Compulse, Deep Prison, or something. So I go for Thought Ruler because I want to gain back life points. But yeah, I get Mirror Forced, and that's game over. So yeah, that was a pretty rough one. Yikes, that was not good. So yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, Book of Life, and then yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, he pops my thing, and then I'm dead. Basically, yeah, I'm dead. So yeah, that was pretty brutal. So yeah, yeah, man, this zombie deck is not doing too well for me. I'm at 3 losses with it so far. This was not good. Yeah, it's gotten to the point where my opponents are literally playing decks they don't usually play because they have a good zombie matchup. Uh, Me and the rest of my teammates, for that matter, are getting kind of predictable. So maybe we need to change some stuff up. Yeah. All right. So that was the fourth match. So now we are on the match 5. We have Bob Hawk versus Stango. I asked Bob Hawk for his replay. He's like, "Oh, it's in the chat," even though it was Stango's replay. So now we have to look at it from the other side. But whatever. Thanks, Bob. So yeah. So Stango is on Black Wings. This is a really good hand from Stango. Versus Bob Hawk, who is on Hero Frogs. Whirlwind Bora going to grab Gale. Quite good. Excuse me. Rhoda for Stratos. Stratos for Mally. So play around Kalut by econing the Bora. Yeah. Potentially he could have swapped, or he could have gone swap Frog for Treeborn Frog and then bounced the Stratos. But I don't think there's any great heroes left in his deck. So I don't know if that would have been the correct play. But you have the other thing backing you up, so it makes sense. He pops the Black Whirlwind, which is interesting. Yeah, so grabbing the Stratos, setting some back row, going for Malicious, summoning the Swap Frog grab Treeborn Frog, going for Miracle Fusion, getting hit by a Solemn Judgment. And that's basically game over. So yeah, that was kind of a rough game one for Bob Hawk. Yeah, getting slapped around a bit. The opponent makes Armor Master and then Stardust, so the value is set up. And yeah, that's it. You can try to make a synchro play, but this was pretty rough. Yeah, Deep Prison, and that's it. So yeah, that was game one. Pretty rough one for Bob Hawk, but still live to fight another day. So another banger hand for Stango. Bob Hawk has a pretty good hand himself. So this is kind of he goes for the Treeborn off of the 1-for-1 and then does the whole Substitute line. Yeah, so he does the sub line, sets up the dupe block with a Diva in hand for follow-up, drawing a second Diva. So Stango just passes. I guess this is pretty understandable. I don't think he has a great out to the dupe block. So he's going to try to bluff Gores or something. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Excuse me. I might have to edit that out. So Bob Hawk goes for Android to gain some life. Judgment. Going for Black Whirlwind. Popping the Bora. So he pops the Sirocco instead of the Black Whirlwind. He has the Heavy Storm, so this makes sense. Yeah, so he goes for Heavy Storm here. Judgment goes for just Battle Phase. He doesn't want to play into some stuff, so going for Blizzard. Special goes for Brio. Brio Bounce, discarding Vayu is like one of the bread and butter plays of Blackwings, because now he gets the Vayu stuff. So he gets the Armed Wing into the game. Going for a Caius on the Armed Wing, beating over the Brio. Activating Future Fusion, that's quite a good one. Going for the Oppression here, I don't think that's enough. The Gale is good, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Drawing Jungle Synchron is just the icing on the cake. So he only has one Oppression activation left, which doesn't really... so he baits out the final Oppression activation with Jungle Synchron. Stango is trying to make some plays. Very admirable effort. Sinking Treeport Frog again. Yeah. Going for Armor Master here, which gets negated by Oppression. Allowing the Vayu. Dupe again, setting some cards, switching the dupes to defense, popping the Vayu, going for Malicious, Torrential here, allowing him to add back both frogs, and yeah, this should be game. Yeah. So, now time for the Game 3 of the 5th match. Yeah, so... Allure into Black Whirlwind is just incredible for Stango. He grabs Kalut here. There's an argument maybe to grabbing something like a Blizzard, the Far North. I like the Blizzard play here, just because you have backer to protect your Bora, so you don't need the Kalut immediately. But I think Stango wants to normal summon the Kalut and then grab a Gale, potentially. He just draws the Gale anyway. So now he grabs Blizzard with the Kalut, going for a hard summoned Armed Wing, taking some damage, dealing some damage, excuse me. Bob Hawk fiddling with his life points here. Alright, so now Bob Hawk gets off to the races. So he goes for Lightning Vortex, discarding Malicious, which is just an incredible play. Mally for Mally. Mally over the Caius over the Mally. Quite good. Playing around Mirror Force by summoning the Ab-Zero in defense. Makes sense, I suppose. Going for Blizzard here. Black Whirlwind Search. Going for Brio, I presume. Yeah, going for Brio. Brain Control. That Brain Control was rough. Yeah. Oh, going for Armed Wing because he has the Brain Control, and the Kalut is over. Yeah, so that was an incredibly close match. Well played, Ring of Destruction. Thanks to the match. And good luck in the rest of the league.